My name is Pedro, the GM and creator of the World Walkers universe, and with me are the children of Rhalanas, or the refugees of Rhalanas, or the fabled wayfarers, depending on how old school you are. Hello.
What up?
Hey.
Right? Usually we have a quirky topic to open us up, but we don't have one today, I don't think. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves, and then we're going to pick out one quirky fact about ourselves. I think Evie might have one due to recent events. Evie.
Hi, I'm Evie. I can't reveal what I play yet.
Oh, that's right. Some of us have some new characters due to recent events.
Ooh, yeah.
I have no clue what you're fucking. Oh, wait. I attracted furries the other day.
Yeah, you have a slightly viral tweet.
Slightly. I just checked because I got a new like just a few minutes ago, and I think it's at like what's it at? It's at 125 likes right now.
Yeah, what was the tweet?
It's about werewolves.
Yes. Raven.
Frank is very wrong.
No, Frank is very correct.
All right, well, you know what? Let's make it that. Here's our topic for tonight. If you were a vet and a werewolf came in.
Josh, your kids have strong opinions.
They want to answer the question.
Your kids have a Hippocratic oath that they swear by. If you were a vet and you had a werewolf on your table, does your vet-based Hippocratic oath force you to care for this dying werewolf on your table? Evie.
Absolutely, yes. And also the FBI agent told me I had to. That's literally the point of the tweet.
I'm sorry. Yes, previously an FBI agent on the your last day of vet training informs you werewolves are real and tells you that you have to learn how to take care of werewolves.
Hey, you probably didn't check the replies, Pedro. I actually had several vets come in and say they can't confirm or deny.
Including the weird furry guy.
Yeah, one of the furries did come in and say that.
Oh.
But anyway.
Fair enough. Raven.
Hi, I'm Raven. I play Larix, a paladin wizard tree. And I mean, which form would this werewolf be in?
Full lichen.
Full lichen? Then yeah, I'd have to take care of him.
All right.
What kind of take care of though? Like,
Callie. Care for.
Hold on. We have to discuss which kind of full lichen, because there's a kind where it's like
full hybrid form.
Okay, yeah, because then there's some where it's just like it's a big wolf, and there's some where it's like anthropomorphic wolf.
Right. I'm Callie. I play Mabel, the Mousefolk Bard. And yeah, I think how anthropomorphized are they? I mean, I feel like that's kind of important. How do you know it's a werewolf?
I mean, he is okay. He is like
the medic alert bracelet.
No, he is like 7.5, 8 feet tall. Okay. He has the head of. Yeah. We're overcomplicating the issue. He is a fucking werewolf. He's like, you're not looking at him going like, oh, geez.
Well, here's another question: do vets take the Hippocratic oath?
In this tweet form, in this, guys.
I feel like the person is still more a person. You should still.
And morally, do you feel obliged? Let's take away the Hippocratic oath.
To help them, yeah. I feel like.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because they're a vet, but just because you can.
Do you, Dr. Callie, Dr. Raven, Dr. Evie?
I just looked it up, and they don't take the Hippocratic oath; they take the veterinarian's oath.
There you go.
Ooh, what's that? Is it the same
thing? Puppycratic oath. The Puppycratic oath.
It's basically the same thing.
The Hippocratic oath.
The Hippocratic oath. There you go. Josh, now that we've properly complicated the issue,
you just gotta know these things.
Since a werewolf is a human afflicted with lycanthropy as opposed to a
there you go. Now we're getting somewhere.
By the laws of the Greek language, I would have to say you'd have to treat him, yes.
Wow, I like this. That's I like where you're going with this. All right, Frankie first. I think because I know where Frankie's going to go with this. So Frankie first, how do you how do you break down your belief in lycanthropy? Do you believe that it's a curse or something else? Like, where are you at with
I
it?
believe it's a disease.
Okay.
In any form, curse, birthright, FedEx delivery.
Right.
I don't care how the fuck you got lycanthropy. It's
like
wrong
anthrax.
and it doesn't need to exist. So fuck your oath and everything else. I'm pumping this thing up full of anthrax, whatever I've got in.
Pump it full of silver. That's all you need, man.
I don't need silver. I just need to stop its heart.
Right. Right.
So like good luck trying to regenerate a blown up artery.
Right.
I'm killing this thing because it's saying, what if it bites someone who doesn't want to be a vampire, who doesn't want to be a werewolf?
Right.
That's
All
true.
of a sudden, we've created a murderer.
I as a vet, as somebody who took the Puppycratic oath, I would treat the patient by ending its life. It is it's diseased. Yes. Fuck that rabid dog.
See, that's the question. Like,
it's done.
Then again, as part human, he's not in his
right.
mind.
Like, is that? I feel like that's the question. Like, is it?
He's fucking done.
Are they animal enough that you can put them down without getting in trouble enough?
In a world where lycanthropy exists, it's not about whether I get in trouble. It's about the lives I save.
Well, they consider euthanization of a human
regarding their status.
Yeah. Like, is it euthanization of a human, which is illegal in most places, or is it euthanization of an animal?
It's not a human.
All right. I mean, like those are the distinctions. Those are the distinctions that
I'm not here to solve moral quandaries. I'm here to save lives.
Exactly.
We're just opening a whole can of worms here. We got a whole.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm not trying to open a can of worms. If I see it's a can of worms, I'm just gonna throw that shit away. I'm not here to count the worms. I'm not here to figure out. Oh gosh, I wonder how many worms there are. I'm not trying to fish. I don't even have I don't have a boat or a fishing pole.
But I think as a veterinarian, you have a duty to those worms.
Give a fuck about those worms. Bet you I don't. Call up the vets. Evie, get on Twitter. Ask your new vet friends what their Hippocratic oath makes them do when it comes to worms.
I wouldn't call them friends.
Make them your friends. Now we have to worry about worms.
Guys, just so you know, those books behind Pedro, those orange books, are the reason why he and I have this stance.
why we're objectively correct.
That is fair. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Old World Darkness Hunter. What up?
OWOD. We should get those tats, Frank. We should get those tats. OWOD. You see this tat? It means not welcome.
I still want to get that Defender tat one day.
Oh man, yeah.
Like,
no, so yeah, that's there's a few games that I'd be tempted to run. One of them is Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that game. Are you guys familiar with that game? So Hunter, that's what those orange books are back there. Hunter was a game where you're an ordinary run-of-the-mill person, and then one day you come across the supernatural, and everyone else is unable or unwilling to see the supernatural for what they are, but you can suddenly see them for what they are. Like, you suddenly are just like, whether it's who knows why, like it's a mystery as to why you can suddenly see them, but you are suddenly their presence is undeniable to you. Like, you're taken aback, and you and a certain number of individuals around you, probably unrelated to you, you've never met them before, but you and X number of people around you, you're thrown back, and you cannot deny the existence of this supernatural presence. And the actions that you take forever define the path that you're going to walk the rest of your life. And basically what that means mechanically is that whatever you do next, that's your character class. So if you find a creature before you that is some kind of like vile monstrosity, and they grab someone by the neck and they pull them back and they walk them into an alley, and you find that the person is unable to fight back, like suddenly you see like their limbs go limp and their eyes kind of roll back into their head. If your first action is to grab the nearest crowbar and run after them, if your first action is to like stand in front of people who can't defend themselves and be like, everyone stand back, I don't know what the hell this is, but it's not getting any further. If your first action is to reach out and go like, I don't know what's wrong with you, sir, but clearly something's wrong and you need to talk this out. Like whatever your first action is, that defines your abilities, it defines everything about you, and you get abilities based on your actions.
Are there like decision trees in there where like
essentially, yeah, like to a degree.
With your answers?
It's an old game, so it doesn't get super in depth like that. It basically like, there's 9 different essentially character classes, and it just that's it. Like, and that's your class. That's that for the rest of the game.
And the game isn't all about hunting monsters either. It could be about redeeming them.
Right. Whatever your choice is right then and there, that's you the rest of the game.
Now, here's the real question. Can I hunt Jeff Bezos?
You could.
Can I just say, fuck the monsters, I'm going to go after Jeff Bezos?
You could. I mean, that's what's interesting is that what you find out is the world is just like ours. It's modern day, but you find out there are so many things in this world that are just a step darker than you ever thought. So in this world, the rich and the powerful are probably a lot more twisted than maybe you thought. Or maybe you were right. Maybe you're one of those people who were like, you know what? The rich and powerful, I always knew those fuckers.
Lizard people. I knew it.
Well, that's what's funny about it, though. You say lizard people, they're so much fucking worse than you thought, Josh. They're so much worse. So,
especially as painted by Hunter, I love the way that Hunter portrays the world of darkness.
Yeah, yeah, because
it does it from a very human perspective instead of being a vampire going, this is pretty normal.
Yeah, like the idea that, like, here's the thing, like what they say is like, you think lizard people, and they would love for you to keep thinking lizard people. Like that's the fact that you think lizard people, Josh, that's the best for them. Keep thinking lizard people. Thank you so much for thinking that Jeff Bezos is lizard people. That helps us out so much. Like, keep getting online and talking about Jeff Bezos lizard people. The fact that if you think that money is power, you're absolutely right. Now, if you'll excuse us, and then they walk away. You know what I mean? Like, that's absolutely some guy running a bunch of warehouses and selling you product. Absolutely. Like, that to them is the best. They love that shit. So, like, Hunter the Reckoning is part of the Vampire the Masquerade, Vampire, you know, like all those other games. Hunter is the good guys. So, like, I would never want to run Vampire the Masquerade and Vampire the Requiem is the new version of it. But, like, I don't know about you guys. Like, I don't like playing the bad guys.
Every now and then.
I mean, sure.
Campaign of it.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. That stuff gets old to me. Like, I don't know. Hunter the Reckoning is the people that stand up and they're like, we're not going to win. So anyway, and they just rally up and they wreck as much shit as they can. Like, it's not about taking back the world. It's like, well, this is our fucking neighborhood.
So we're
like, sure, you've got the rest of the world, you've got the banks, you've got the mayor's office, you've got everything else, but this fucking neighborhood, maybe 1 or 2 other blocks outside of that, that's our shit. Like, and yeah, that game is so good. And when you're a hunter in that game, you have this ability called Second Sight. When you activate Second Sight, nothing can get inside your head. Like, it doesn't matter how powerful or how evil the rest of the monsters are. It doesn't, even like the most powerful vampires, the most powerful creatures out there, they can never, like, as long as that power is activated, nothing gets inside you. And it was like one of the weirdest like conundrums. Like, because you're just a human, but when you activate that, and so that was one of the big mysteries of the game, is like, who are these people that are just humans, but when they activate this one stupid power, they can keep out like demigods, like archmages, like, yeah, there's a lot of mysteries in the game and stuff. And you're kind of, since they don't answer a lot of questions, like the DMs were allowed to kind of go where they wanted to with it and stuff. And yeah.
I loved that style of game when we did that for a while. That was super fun.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, Callie played it. Yeah,
that was. I mean, I know we switched to Savage Worlds and stuff, but
yeah,
I didn't get too much of the hunter aspect of it.
Yeah, the orange books are Old World and the blue books are New World. So it's one of the few games. Jess really wants me to run a horror game online.
That would be fun.
Do it. I'll join you.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe.
She thinks that's the one I'm hiding. Like,
that would be cool. Yeah, that would be.
She thinks I'm really good at horror. But I haven't really played horror in front of her a lot, so I don't know why she is always saying that.
Because you're a spooky fucking dude.
That's fair.
I am not. But anyway, so who wants
to our D&D podcast?
What's up?
Welcome to our D&D game.
Yeah. I don't know. I've gotten a couple requests to start up another game, so I've been kind of contemplating what I would run next. Like, after seeing Spider-Verse, I thought I almost started up immediately a superhero game, a Spider-Verse game, almost immediately. I was like,
there are so many Spider-Man that you could do, including my favorite one from the new comics, Spiders-Man.
I fucking love Spiders-Man, dude.
Well, it's just a bunch of spiders in a Spider-Man outfit,
trying desperately to pretend to be another Spider-Man. Yeah. Well, what I thought about doing, I almost thought, because Jess said like I could start up another game on Mondays or Thursdays. So she said that if I were to do another game, it would be I thought about doing a Spider-Verse game, and I would just like tell people like everyone submit their best spider character, their best spider persona.
Oh shit!
And I would just like.
I fucking loved that from when the movie came out. Just everyone posting their spider personas. I have someone who retweets almost exclusively art, and
there's great ones out there.
Oh, there's absolutely gorgeous ones.
Out there. So I thought like just have everyone turn in their spider persona, and then take like instead of like just like grabbing whoever, like take the best spider, like take the most interesting characters, and then hire someone to draw up the spider personas, and then just run like a Spider-Verse game. Like, I thought about doing either that or a horror game.
I would be fucking in on a spider.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome to our D&D game. If you'll excuse me, I have to take a drink of my water.
At least it's not the Winnie the Pooh mug.
Why? What's wrong with my Winnie the Pooh mug? My Winnie the Pooh mug is dope.
It darkens your screen.
It darkened the timeline.
Oh, that's right.
Pooh, Herald of Darkness.
This is currently the darkest timeline.
That's right. I forgot about
Mabel
that.
has an evil beard and mustache right now. Everybody's on fire.
I'm gonna take the marker away from Mabel.
All right. So who wants to recap? Or you guys can all recap if you want to. I actually read that in that book I got recently. That like everyone should recap instead of like forcing one person.
Let's see here.
You guys can tag team if you want. Who wants to start?
Who remembers what happened?
Everyone is dead.
Well, they took our friend Kaluma, and so we went after them and found
he's
them
still
down
gone.
the sewers.
Two independent groups simultaneously converged on their secret hideout.
Yep. and we just decided to just go in head first, and 'cause they already knew we were coming, so we
Yeah, the
talked
no
with them.
nonsense approach.
Can I tell you
No
a tip
nonsense.
from the book that I thought you guys were too devious to use?
Hmm.
I think, did I tell you this last time, right?
I don't remember.
The
Oh.
book says, like, if a group doesn't remember the tip or
Yeah.
remember something from the game, you should drop it. And I was like, my players would realize that right away, and they would be like, shh, don't talk about that part.
Right.
You did mention that.
Yeah, all my groups would immediately go like, oh, he forgot that part. Don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we went in
So
head
anyway,
first.
we ended the game with everybody on the same world,
Yeah, see?
Well,
as I'm sure Pedro remembers.
Yes, the retcon.
we were given an ultimatum to either take our friend and leave, or take the book, join the gang, and lose our friend. And Val tried
And the
to
Guardian of Rhalanas made a decision that everyone backed.
Guardian tried
Absolutely.
to attack them, and
We all backed that play.
And there was
Mabel,
a wee bit of mutiny on the bounty.
Mabel may have helped her to stop that from happening.
May have.
May have.
May have.
Possibly.
Mayhaps.
It might have happened.
Mayhaps a counter offer was issued.
It might have
So-
happened. We're not really sure.
Hey, but you know what?
Stopped him.
Nobody else stopped what I was doing. or
Nobody else stopped
on
me
the
from
fighting.
stopping.
Well, yeah, no one continued the fighting, so I can only assume they were all in on it.
It's like
Yeah.
this might have happened. It might not have. Scientists have yet to agree.
Scientists are baffled.
4 out of 6 scientists.
After a little bit of discussion, we agreed on a little, a technological demonstration of the book's capabilities.
Yep, we convinced them to not kill our friend, and we were just supposed to take him back home. But only a few of us were allowed, so it was just Mabel, Lyrics taking Kaluma home, but the big bad Hammer wanted to come with. And so after thinking and mulling it over for a moment, Mabel quickly wrote all of us inside of the Kingdom of Bastok
Not all of
Found out
us.
she can write
Oh, I'm sorry.
cursive at 800
that were there, including Lyrics. Kaluma.
The original planned group.
Yes, Lyrics, Kaluma, and Mabel, and Hammer. So she wrote us into Kaldar's castle, and
Infiltration Team Alpha,
Yep.
as we call them.
we fought him with Kaladar for a minute, but he got away, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are currently hoping to go into pursuit of him and get the book
Meanwhile,
back.
Tat Paddington and the Guardian are busy committing crimes on Innovas.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, are you?
Is that what the plan was? I don't know.
I know Tat is. I don't know about y'all.
I thought you guys were just like hanging around and
No,
hanging out.
like we were surrounded by ninjas. So I don't know. I don't know if the ninjas allowed us to go to the bar.
If committing crimes happen to come up,
So, we might check in with that group later. But basically, so, Kaladar is with the two of you, and he's assured you that he would bring in some mercenaries, put you in touch with a group of people who could help you. But for now, he suggested that you get some rest while he puts out some contacts.
Thank you.
And with that, he arranges for rooms for you to rest in. Do you take him up on the offer?
Yes.
So, with that,
No, we need to know what Mabel does. Does she play music?
No.
very good. So, he also assures you he's going to put out some people to try to keep the pursuit going. So, no worries about that. He'll keep the kingdom kind of bustling with activity as best he can. But so
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
he says we'll also be talking about what the hell.
I know you.
And he puts his hands up.
Okay.
And then he kind of bows and walks away. So with that, You guys get some rest, and you guys pass out for the rest of the day.
Yes.
The next morning, there is a rap on your door,
Hello. Go to the door.
and there are a couple of armored dwarves waiting for both of you.
Oh, hi.
Are you under arrest again, Mabel?
No, I didn't do anything. I don't think I did anything. Right? I'm not in trouble. Right? Am I in trouble? I'm sorry.
And then they just start laughing. They're like,
Nice. But okay.
and they just shrug at each other. So, come with us. You got some new friends,
Oh, good. Okay.
and they lead you right out of the castle.
It's called sand. There's a lot of them.
Hey, we do have friends in the sand. It's okay.
Do we have? Are they friends?
Hopefully,
At least one of them.
we
Tentative stalemate.
made
One of them is my friend.
So, as you're walking your way, as you're walking through the castle, one of them says, "Your friend, the elf," and then a couple of them are like, "He wandered out last night. He got curious or something. We don't really know. We didn't care. We had no problem with letting him out of the castle. So, hopefully, he catches up with you at some point."
Oh,
At least he
okay.
didn't get arrested.
Hopefully he didn't go back to the bar.
Right.
Oh, so the king's waiting for you outside.
Okay, we will go.
So you get outside, and indeed, King Kaladar is waiting for you outside. And something that you notice once you wander past the castle walls, there's not a lot of showmanship, or at least King Kaladar does not expect or demand showmanship. He's a pretty casual king. He's not very much when it comes to dictatorship. There's no one outside. He does not. There's nobody outside waiting to. There's no army lined up waiting to salute him. You know what I mean? He's just outside with a couple guards.
Not a lot of pageantry.
Yeah, there's no pageant. Exactly. There's no pageantry. There's no. There's no display. There's no royal display waiting to honor him just because he's outside. He's just outside. He's got his sword on his back. He has a very light cloak to kind of protect from the desert winds that are kind of blowing and blistering. But other than that, it's pretty early. It's about an hour past dawn, and he's got his arms folded, and he's got a hood up to try to keep some of the sand from flying in his face. If you don't have hoods, good luck. But you make your way outside of the castle walls, and arms folded, he says, "Good morning."
Good morning.
Morning.
Within about 10-15 minutes, if they know what's good for them, your help should be here. We had to rustle up some help over the evening, and the people that I sent out, we made it clear that if they do their jobs, they're going to make a name for themselves in the kingdom. So hopefully they understand that this is good for them.
Yeah. Okay.
So, they are not a group. They don't know each other. I don't think so. Maybe they do, but I don't think they do. So they're not going to come all together. They're going to come one by one, most likely. So any minute now, they should be coming. Here comes one right now, actually. So who's coming in first?
I'll come in first.
All right. So who do we got coming around there? What's your entrance like?
Skateboarding. No,
as one does.
As one does in the
this
desert.
is a sick ass 900 off of June.
Is
As-
Off a dune.
Is
Good luck.
this Tony Hawk? Is this the fabled skate jam?
no? How do you come in?
Hurried.
All right.
I didn't want to be late in front of the king.
Yep.
I'm actually a knight. That was my backstory.
All right.
Oh.
I thought he'd be from like a good house, but apparently,
No, he can. And as he comes, So as he comes, in, he's like, "This one actually, we called in from one of our own. He's not one of the rest of them are mercenaries, but this is one of ours. He's a service. He's one of our knights that we're bringing in."
Oh.
run in, slide in with the knee, like, "I'm so sorry for being late, my sire."
I am not your sire.
King Kalidar?
Yes.
There we go. I'll stand up and brush the sand off my knees. And I had this joke that my dwarf is completely bald except for like really thick eyebrows. That's where all the hair went.
Yeah, he's just got a like.
Great big bushy eyebrows.
No, it looks like a real young dwarf. Not as hefty as a dwarf usually is. Maybe he doesn't eat very often. But he looks like he could last a while. Fuck me.
What?
It looks like he could last a while. I said, "God damn it." He wears.
Oh no!
The child fell.
He wears a lot of his holy symbol around his neck. He's got like one of those
What's it look like?
Mistletoe.
So the god of Christmas? Like what?
His god is Santa.
I'm a cleric of Saint Nicholas.
'Tis the beard I strive for one day.
Yeah.
No, it's not mistletoe.
Soon
No,
this
no.
will come to me.
The god of kissing.
There you go.
It's an oval
Stand
design.
before me and receive.
I don't know, man. It's the fucking Pepsi logo. I didn't think about that actually. God damn it.
Your god is
The yang and the ying.
Oh my
The
god.
yang and the yin.
It was a shortage of Cheerios.
No!
The horror.
We're-
Now tell me, Josh, how do you plan to rectify this situation in the
Where are my goddamn Cheerios?
Anyway, no, he has he's a believer of Cagliostro.
On
on
Okay.
Minra?
On Arcadia?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
is that a thing?
It's not, but this
Oh,
guy
it's
is.
Oh, well, shit. No, they're going back to Mistletoe, man.
Okay, yeah, they don't have gods on Arcadia, so
Oh, Mistletoe then.
use a mistletoe.
It's just mistletoe now. It's not a holy symbol anymore.
No, it is. It's petrified mistletoe.
Found it in the desert.
Wants to
It's a
fight
holy
with a
s-
Medusa.
I imported it.
I'm just trying to clarify. It's a holy symbol on a world that doesn't believe in gods.
I'm a cleric.
Okay.
I had to have some sort of focus.
Yeah.
It's
A band-aid.
It's just your personal symbol.
a personal symbol. It's
Yeah.
a symbol of my house.
I
It's a
believe in
symbol of my
myself.
House Rockmaw.
Aw,
Stone Maw, I mean.
okay.
Yeah, so he's just got like jet black hair, jet black face.
Is he racially insensitive?
Oh Jesus, no, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, I'm ready. Do we have to kick him off of the stream?
Already. Well,
No.
Is he a minstrel? Like, where are you going with this? Just
I don't know. I fucked up.
asshole.
Oh, I know. I didn't think like blackface like the caricature.
Well, he's like,
Why not?
his face is black.
I I was just going along. I was like, jet
Folks, I'd like to apologize if you're just tuning in. Luckily, nobody watches us, so we're safe. Frankie, go ahead.
Like a beard is jet black.
He doesn't have a beard. Remember, he just has eyebrows.
No.
He has eyebrows, mistletoe, and a no god.
No. He has a beard. It's plain.
You said he had no beard. He has no hair except for his eyebrows
180'd. It's
Yeah.
and a skateboard
Real thick eyebrows.
and blackface.
Red
which is
eyebrows.
it?
He's
Frank,
bald.
the eyebrows are so thick he can do a comb over.
This
He's
is when
braided his eyebrows.
this is when Frank learns that adding more things to your character doesn't make it better.
Bro, wow.
I'll show you.
Takes the mistletoe.
Here you go. He's just a beard of mistletoe.
No, he's got
Missile beard.
Yeah, he stands a respectable 3'3". Or
That's a short ass dwarf.
Holy
Fuck
shit,
me.
that's a...
4 or 5.
That's like a fucking gnome.
Don't tell me Addie.
Remember when he had like that 400-pound dwarf? Were you there for that, Callie?
Yes! It was a fucking bowling ball. You remember that? He's like
That
a
was
4'5" and 450 pounds.
It was like, yeah, he was like, I'm this tall and...
He had to drop his weight by like
I had
150
18
pounds
strength.
just to be fucking average.
It was like watching someone build a character like in an RPG where he was like,
Whoop. Oh, wait, here we go. God, that was great.
Was someone trying to create Bomber from?
he was like, it was like the old like when they first put in like character building like in like Bomberman, and he was like, all right, sorry, go on, Frankie, go on.
We're mostly white.
Mostly white,
Mostly white.
Except for the blackface.
Is there a hood
except for the blackface.
with
It's
the
not
very pointy
blackface.
hood? Arch it. Make sure it sticks up straight.
But the hood would make him
He
racist,
can't
Kelly.
racial
That's why he has the
it. I was gonna say he's
blackface.
a black sheep, but now it sounds racially insensitive.
Oh, don't want to go there.
God damn it.
Yeah. If you were to see under his clothes, he'd have a small.
Why would I want to look under his clothes?
I was joking. I was gonna make a joke because Evie said more details to make it better. I was like, well, shit, he's got a small birth defect, like a third
Nipple.
No, you know, like how humans are actually born with tails, and then like as you like. Not born with tails, like, as you're maturing in the womb, you have a tail and like your body gets rid of it. He still has a little bit.
What is he has a prehensile tail?
He's got a tail nip?
No, I was joking. He doesn't have a fucking tail. That's him. That's Grady Rockmall.
I still have no idea what he looks like, but thank you.
Yeah, I have no idea. He's like part powder, part
It's
songs from the South, and part Poochie from Itchy and Scratchy.
It's this character's an unknowable horror.
He's not. He looks like. No, I'll show you what he
An
looks like.
unknowable whore. How are you going to show us without taking over my screen again? Just load it on your phone and show us.
All right, hold on. I got this.
An unknowable whore. Oh my
I
god.
think of to give what I just heard.
That was good. An unknowable whore.
Oh man.
All right.
Careful what's on your phone first. Who is that? The guy who tells people to kill people in The Shining?
Yeah.
Why would you want to be that guy?
His eyebrows.
Corrected, Mr.
It's not what I
Torrance.
want to look like, but he's the
Corrected.
what I described.
That didn't look like
That's nothing
anything.
like
Like, yeah.
He's bald.
He's like a dwarf, only a tall human.
who has none of the things.
Yeah, win.
He's he's like a dwarf, but picture a tall, chunky human in his late 50s.
No, short. He's 3'3".
I know.
Shorter than average.
He's like a short dwarf, but picture a gnome. Now imagine he's a tall human who's a divorced human in his late 50s
We're still with the
who works in a hotel
With
but
no
hangs out in a
eyebrows.
bathroom with Jack Nicholson. That's my dwarf. Also, he's a knight, but he's a cleric.
Hey, someone
It's a rank, not a class.
someone we've been missing just posted in Discord.
I'm now.
Woke up.
That's the message. I'm now.
I am now.
Perfect.
I am now.
I am now.
I am
Hear me and know.
I am the concept of now.
All right, let me try this again. Imagine the
No.
Monopoly guy.
Oh no, wait. I bet
Now it's the Monopoly guy.
But the mustache is the eyebrows.
Yes.
imagine.
There you go.
But Grady has no eyebrows.
Complete with big fucking hands.
Oh, Data,
Big
you're just
fucking
in time because you're now.
Be glad.
Because you're now.
And oh,
Hey,
Frank,
Data,
Frank,
we
can
have
you
time.
describe your character for Data?
Can you redo that? I don't.
You describe your character for all of us.
Coming in on a skateboard, wearing mistletoe and eyebrows, is a black face,
I didn't say it was
3'3" mountain of a man who hangs out in bathrooms with Jack Nicholson.
We've got to tell me.
He's a young looking man in his late 50s. He slides in. He believes in Cagliostro on an atheist island.
Who the fuck is Cagliostro?
No,
I
he
don't know,
just-
man. He's some clock dude.
Stop. Guys, stop. He just believes in his fucking mistletoe.
He believes in his mistletoe.
I said he looks like the Monopoly guy with the fucking mustache as the eyebrows.
So we're all clear.
Hey,
We're
Data,
all
you
clear.
probably should- Hey, Data, you should have just like not come. Like,
I had
All
hope.
right, so he's got head brow style.
He's got head brows.
So would I be right in assuming that this is the cleric, the dwarf cleric that Prince is working on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I even have the Monopoly guy as my avatar on the D&D Beyond.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the Monopoly
I saw
man.
like a whole bunch of like Christmas lettering. Mistletoe. That makes sense. Okay. So yeah, you
and big hands.
Are they gonna change size throughout the game?
No.
like Val just keep growing.
No, he has a 14 strength, so I just thought he had big hands.
That's not
Okay.
where strength. Okay. So
I mean, it does kind of make sense. It does a little bit. He rock climbs.
so Kaluma had wandered out of the castle late night. Because you were late, so I was like, I don't know where you are. So
Totally fine.
yeah, so Kaluma, you had gone out late night to kind of clear your head. You're coming back around the castle now, and so you join as Kaladar has the group getting ready to go in pursuit of Hammer with a couple of other dwarves, guardsmen, and this new amalgam of mistakes and descriptions.
this unknowable horror.
as Evie described him. Sorry, Frank. It's all good fun.
Unknowable whore. I love it.
Yeah.
No, I fucked up. I didn't actually think about how he was going to look, so I was like, okay, well.
Or what he believes. And
what he believes.
so Kaladar waves to you. He says, Kaluma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nods to you. Welcome back. We're just getting some people together to help you search for whatever you've brought to my kingdom this time.
Mabel not explain?
Didn't ask, honestly. Once you apprehend them and bring them back here, since I'm sure you will, then you can explain. It's important to catch him as fast as possible.
Yes.
Excellency, do you wish him brought back alive or dead?
Alive.
Sir. He's trying real
Yeah.
he tries real hard. Yeah, he's overly eager because he's the black sheep of the kingdom.
He's the black face of the family. Yeah, I get it.
No, god damn it. He can't grow a beard. Everyone makes fun of him.
Oh, a dwarf that can't grow a beard.
And with that,
I'm afraid to follow up Frank's character.
yeah, with that, who comes in next?
Evie.
No, I have to go last.
All right, then I guess I'm coming in.
Good luck, Josh.
All that.
Yeah.
Josh
I'll
is going to be
ju-
what sedates us.
Yeah, I'll just sidle up around the. My character was doing rounds around the exterior wall, and she just sidles up, nice and quiet, like very unassuming.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yes,
what is
utterly normal eyebrows?
what does she look like?
She's basically Michelle Yale from Crouching Tiger.
It's just Michelle Yale. Didn't we do this in the Pathfinder game? Like some people were just celebrities.
Our employer, Felicia.
Oh
Day.
no, yeah, that's right. Our employer was just
Yeah,
Felicia Day because in the book she looked just like Felicia Day. Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Can't forget about our employer, Felicia Day.
Didn't I shit all over her bed?
Twice, I think. Once was pregame.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll be right back.
Nothing but the utmost respect
For Felicia Day.
for Felicia
Employer.
Day.
She broke up with me.
Wonder why.
That's not how you told it in game.
No,
Not for that game. I shot that horse.
It was kind of a game fan fiction hybrid.
You're fucking gone. I killed him. I'm sorry.
You should have that one too. Damn it.
how dare you shoot your own brother?
Sounds pained.
Drop fucking Back to the Future 3 on us. No, shot that horse. I don't know if you guys did from Back to the Future 3 when like Doc's telling like Biff's a great descendant, like, well, then bring the horse back in, I'll reshoe him. I done shot that horse. Like what a fucking obscure quote that we drop all the time.
I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Oh good, that'll
Frank.
Yeah.
bring the game up. No, go do it.
Got a pregame.
Yeah, got a game.
Have we
I'm
got
sorry,
to the
guys.
game?
We're an hour and a half in.
Yeah. we
He's
got
just
nowhere.
he's just
we've been
gaming.
nowhere.
This isn't game yet.
Don't shot that horse.
Thank you for putting in context, Pedro. I
Oh
get
my
it now.
god, it's like one of my we
Context there was.
we say that quote way too much. I don't know why we still drop that like years and years later.
Because it's a funny line.
Oh my god! But
And
of
you
all the
must get a lot
quotes,
of use for it.
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, analytically, this is exactly why we do it, Data. But oh my gosh! All right, so yeah, you show up, and then Galadar says, "Thank you for joining us. If you want to introduce yourself."
She's very dignified. She just says her little short spiel. Hello, my name is Yuzu. I'll be your assassin this evening.
Galadar looks into the morning sky and says, "All right."
She has her little notepad ready to take, your character description of the man we need to catch.
Oh, he's really big, and
So
he
I'm
has,
just going to point at Calibur and say, 20 years younger.
and he has a big
Time
mechanical arm.
traveling. Wait, what?
He has a mechanical arm.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's hard to miss unless he has it under a cloak.
And
Yes,
what
he's a
world
magical arm.
Don't know if it's magical.
He's metal and it moves.
is mechanical, I think.
Like a horse wheel.
Right, that's what I said. Magical.
Like a horse
Okay.
wheel. God damn it.
Okay, magical and or mechanical arm. Animatronic, we'll put that.
What's that?
It's okay.
Animatronics are like puppets with gears.
You're not here. Oh,
I'm
wait,
there.
You are technically.
Yeah.
But
Did I miss Evie's
I love
character?
that. I love that response. Yeah.
Did I miss Evie's character introduction?
No.
No.
not yet.
I hope it's what I think it is and not what I
It's
think it
going
could
to be
be.
what we're dreading. Let's go. It's
All
like a party.
right. Then Calder looks around and is like, there's supposed to be one more person here.
Oh. Well, I wonder what they are.
It is.
And then
Jumping from the top of the castle.
God damn it.
from the top,
Yep.
You just hear a scream
I
like,
can feel it coming.
this is your one narrative escape. Your one narrative dodge, because there's no way you should be able to survive jumping off the castle.
Comes a skinny human.
it is.
Oh my god.
It's
Oh my-
Jenkins.
You didn't even ask Pedro about the other.
Oh, I did actually. I did, and he said, "Nah, I don't have anything written up for that." So, and I was like, "Cool." So Jenkins is.
You brought in fucking Jenkins.
Jenkins is Jenkins is beyond space.
Apparently, he can jump off of the building and be fine.
He's a fucking slinky, that's why.
He also has a really high dexterity.
I imagine that he kind of came down the wall as much as he had to and then jumped.
Golemed his way down.
Absolutely. He has a backpack on, like a really big, comically large backpack, and on the sides of it are attached a pickaxe and a loot. He's like, when he's on the ground, he's crawling around on all fours.
Yeah, so he lands into the sand and a bunch of sand kicks up.
Oh.
What kind of a beard does he have in
He
this
doesn't.
universe? He doesn't have a beard in this universe. He's
I don't remember if he had a beard in the other one.
He had kind of like a dangly, wily beard, didn't he?
yeah, like wild hair.
I mean,
Yeah.
in that case, he has it.
Does he shave? I guess is the question.
I think homeless was the general facial hair parameter.
Yeah, he's basically he looks like a homeless guy with a pickaxe and a loot.
I imagined him as like Jafar's disguise in Aladdin.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Good. That's good.
Perfect.
Mix between him and Gollum.
I imagine him more of a golem.
Yeah, so a lot of the guards flinch, but Kaladar just stands there, arms
Kaluma
folded.
has his bow and arrow pointed at Jenkins.
Oh.
Looking at like Kaldar like
This is Jenkins, Kaladar says without moving.
Oh, he is one of.
This
Oh,
is
oh.
Jenkins.
Okay. Hello.
He has a reputation.
Oh, is that good?
It's the King Trust.
I hired him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would not hire somebody if they were not good, so I will trust that.
I love this description Kaladar is giving him.
What's this reputation again?
Effectiveness.
Okay, well, that's what we need, so that's good. Okay, so we have our people. I guess we should probably go and.
Jenkins
What?
looks at one of the random guards and says, "I remember your mother."
The guards don't flinch, they've been told.
Kaluma still has his bow and arrow like aimed at Jenkins. Like,
Good
am I?
thing,
Do
good
I?
thing me and Mabel can't smell.
Good elf.
Right?
Lower your weapon.
I
The king
should-
trusts him.
We are not going to fight
wait.
him.
Hey Raven, I don't appreciate this assumption that Jenkins smells bad. He smells like lavender.
How much lavender perfume does he smell like?
A reasonable
The
amount.
kingdoms. No.
He got into the kingdom's lavender supply. That's where he bathes.
In the desert, that's pretty expensive.
Oh, he actually baits in this
Yeah.
one. Wow.
Sand baths. He's like a hamster.
Okay.
Yeah, in this time stream, he is
Actually.
In this time stream,
yeah, in this time stream.
So we have been tasked by King Kaladar to capture this bounty with the utmost professionalism and using our bounty hunting and other skills.
Yes. We are looking for a big man with a mechanical arm.
No one's gonna fall on my watch. I'm one of the best healers inside this kingdom.
Oh,
Maybe
good.
not.
That would be very helpful.
Maybe even this island. From a long line of healers. My sister was a healer.
Well, I hope we don't need
One of
too
the
much
guards
healing.
says was.
She passed away.
Oh, I thought you said.
Unfortunately,
Oh, never mind.
she caught the one disease she couldn't cure. Measles.
It's not where I thought that was gonna go. But all right.
Fucking yellow blood disease, shit, whatever, some fantasy disease.
Measles is fine.
Anyway,
I imagine this character saying that all in game or whatever fits C to C.
Yeah.
I actually poisoned her.
Which is why I got into this business. Which is why I took up medicine in the first place.
To discover new poison.
So that no one ever die of measles again.
I will make a vaccine.
Damn
All
it.
right.
I like that he was the second best healer up until recently.
I just hope that no celebrity tells people not to take my
Right?
sugar.
Oh my god.
And
Okay.
Kaladar says, well, I'll leave you all to figure out how you're going to track this man down.
I dropped to a knee. Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
again, sir.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
then him and the guards walk back inside.
Golan was going to look at Mabel and Lyrics. So,
Okay, so we
I've
have
had some
to.
time. I
Yes.
think I worked it out.
Yeah,
What?
what's up?
You lied.
I
I do.
know. I'm
Shut up
I'm
there.
sorry. I didn't.
You're there.
No, I was thinking of Val.
Oh.
Val's in the other fucking plane who goes, who the fuck?
Val just get a little taller to reach this planet.
You just hear looming. Like there's a silhouette of her in the stars.
It's fucking noozles, man. You just-
Attack on Val.
Oh my god.
I know, but I didn't want to have to take you home, and I don't trust him, and I didn't know what to do.
Another fight to King Kaladar's throne room.
I know.
Kaladar tells me you just
I will take responsibility for all of this with him. I didn't know what to do. I'm sorry. I know I should have told you if I could, but I couldn't warn you. Hammer would have known.
He does think he's pretty clever.
But now he is in some place that he doesn't know anything. So hopefully that will give us the upper hand.
And this hammer, where do you think he might have gone?
I followed him like out of the palace, and then I kind of lost his trail.
So you say he has a
Where'd you lose the
mechanical
trail?
arm.
Maybe he went underground.
He had a gang.
I don't think so. He didn't seem to have a climb speed,
Are there any
I don't-
a
guards?
burrow speed.
Are there any guards near us?
No, everybody went inside.
Oh, okay. Because I thought King Kaladar said he sent some people off to try and keep tracking.
He did say that.
How do we find the unfindable?
Who said he's unfindable?
We start looking.
We check the sewers.
We probably should. That's where he was back on.
They don't
Tuesday.
have sewers here.
I was about to say.
Oh, darn, that's
Yeah.
true.
I
it's-
should,
Well-
I should roll for this shit because I live in this city.
Yeah.
We're gonna find him in Jenkins.
House or hovel.
Yeah.
Do I know of any secret places in the city? Like secret buildings? I don't know.
Secret buildings.
Like,
I had no idea there was a building here.
I actually gave Jenkins backstory.
Are
You
there any?
always give Jenkins backstory. It's
Jenkins
weird.
had no backstory last game.
That's true. He was just like, ah!
Can I roll history to see if there's any places that may have been abandoned in the early days of the kingdom that maybe rats would hide out in?
Are there any local gangs here?
Yeah.
Well, let me go around. So first off, I'll start with Jenkins. So what were you trying to ask? Like,
Like secret buildings, secret passageways, whatever. Because he seems to be good at noticing shit.
okay, so what kind of role would you like to make?
I feel like it'd be a history check for Jenkins. 'Cause he's not a young man.
So give me a history check then.
Oh, that's great. That's a natural 20, and Jenkins has like a +9. Yeah, he's a +9 to history.
Right on.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Jenkins is good at history.
you can think of several locations that are historical, but the problem is that anybody that wants to make a history check on this, I can tell you that the problem is trying to think of a place that Hammer would instinctually know.
Because he wouldn't.
Right. So like yeah, it doesn't stick out in your head like, you know where he would go. The old refinery. Like no, like this was a good role because it kind of lets you know no. This is kind of a history check is a dead lead for you.
How tall are the buildings in this city?
Some of them get upwards of 3 stories tall, but this is not a place for expansive buildings.
I think
The castle
No.
being the tallest one. Then I think after that, Frank asked a question.
oh yeah.
I was going to try and also roll history.
Yeah, so yeah, resolved that for you as well. And then after that was Raven asking about local gangs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can it's ineffective to ask it to me
Mm-hmm.
'Cause- yeah,
I
yeah.
was kind of asking.
yeah, that's what I thought. So
Actually, so my background is urban bounty hunter, and I have an ear to the ground feature that
Mhm.
actually would be perfect for you to ask that question to me.
yeah, so asking that question to is it Yuza?
Yuzu.
Yuzu, sorry. So thinking about it, there is some criminal activity here, but it's kind of light. There's a couple local gangs around here. There's a city north of here called Decton, and there's a lot of criminal activity there. Whether or not Hammer's going to know to get up there is pretty unlikely, but if he catches wind in this area, that's where he's going to go.
There's only like one way in and out of the city. Or there, I don't know why. I thought of like it was like a fortress almost.
Yeah, that's the question. Where
kind of
are
like
the
a fortress.
gates of the city?
How many?
Yeah, there's 4 exits out of the city with
4,
the
okay, it's
yeah.
Oh, I thought there was-
Conventional exits.
Yeah.
Kaluma's got an idea, but it's pretty silly. He
What?
knows a place in this city where to find the scum and villainy.
Where?
I know exactly what he's referring to.
Where?
Called the keg stand. Although Kaluma doesn't know the name for it, he just describes the sign outside.
Is that where you and Val got in trouble?
Anyone that lives here knows exactly what he's talking about. That's a rough and tumble place.
That's where we're going then.
And it is right next to the castle, right, Pedro? I mean, that's
It's not too far at all.
Kaluma, maybe you should not go in. I think last time it didn't go well.
Maybe we should let the locals go in.
That's probably a good idea.
Jenkins at this point is getting really fidgety because everyone's just sitting around doing nothing.
Why don't we head back inside the city, and I'll find some contacts in the keg stand and see if they've seen anything unusual.
I will be right back.
All right.
Because if I were fleeing the castle, that would be the first place I'd go.
Jenkins
And you're going to
follows.
be passing right by it.
Good
so.
start, yeah.
Jenkins is going to go with you.
The real question is, what is the first uninhabited building near the keg stand? That's where I would go.
Call back in a moment, all right?
There's several. I mean,
Well, that was me musing to myself, but if I can actually know,
In that case,
you okay, Frank?
me?
Yeah.
That was Max. I need to take her to the police station.
All right. Good.
All right, be back.
All right.
Or I don't know if I'll be back in time.
Sure.
actually.
Sure. All right, man.
All right, bye.
good luck.
Later.
Later, guys. Sorry.
Don't,
See you,
talk,
Frank.
Oh, you're good.
don't be Jenkins.
All right, later.
Later on.
Later.
Cool.
so what is that? What would Jenkins not do? Is that the moral
Like,
compass?
what would Jenkins not do? Because you should do what he wouldn't.
There's a fine, very thin line of activity that you should operate within.
Anything that Jenkins doesn't do.
Okay, in that case, out of character, I guess, because I don't know how to word that in character. So the locals are going to go to the keg stand. Is Uzu going to direct us who are not locals to take a look at one of these empty buildings in the meantime?
I think we should all travel together.
Sounds good. We have
Yeah.
not long rested since the fight, have we?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did.
we have.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, you
Oh.
took a nap.
Yeah, we
You
took
took
we
a
took
very
a,
long
we took a
nap.
big rest.
Yep.
Oh, that is amazing.
I know. I know.
Yes.
Very important.
All right, so I think we're heading back into the city.
Yeah,
I
and I mean
think
we can
so.
just wait outside for you guys.
Jenkins is leading the charge.
You all do attract quite a bit of attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. Yeah, when there are not people here like us.
You're going to sleep now? Good. Oh, you saying goodnight to them?
Good night.
You saying goodnight to Callie?
Bye.
Me and Callie? You say goodnight in the microphone to Callie?
Good night.
She said goodnight. You want to show him the hamster? You want to show Callie the hamster?
Yeah.
Show it right there. That's the camera. They were talking about a hamster earlier, and I was like, I almost grabbed it and showed her. Oh my! Why are you so shocked? Okay, go to sleep. Okay. Do you have any more? Did you take your medicine at 7? Go ask mommy if you have any more medicine to take. Okay. Okay. I love you. Good night. Okay. So yeah, what's up?
Jenkins is leading the charge to the keg stand.
All right. So yeah,
Doing his weird walk on all
Mhm.
fours.
Yeah, but he's not slow. He's got a dex modifier
Yeah,
plus
we
3.
attract attention, not this guy.
Jenkins absolutely attracts attention. He attracts it away from you.
Amazing.
tanks attention.
Yuzu was wondering why this was why he was chosen for this
Now
special.
he knows he tracks attention away from the little mouse and giant tree.
And the elf.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. So
Uzu's an elf, right?
Huh?
Is Uzu an elf?
I don't know. Is
Yuzu
she
is
now?
an elf, yes,
Oh, you are? Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
but she wears a headscarf to cover her ears.
Smart.
Ah.
Smart. Important.
let me scrap all this. No.
It wasn't my backstory, to be fair. It
It's,
wasn't
okay.
spontaneous.
It's all good. It's all good.
Knows better.
Yeah. So, you begin travel down the streets. This early in the morning, you're safe. The dwarves do not wake up very early in Bastock. And maybe you're starting to realize why you were dragged out of your beds so early by Kaladar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, even though it's an early morning, and maybe that was the thinking for Kaladar, the keg stand is open. The sign that was there before has been replaced. It's now this large barrel that hangs out, and it's nice and shiny and new, and it has the letters keg and stand wrapped around. And it kind of sways in the desert winds. And it's got a nice shiny swing door set up. So probably that door's been busted and replaced. And
Jenkins is absolutely crawling under the door.
All right, yep. So you watch
He
as
doesn't enter through windows anymore, huh?
He doesn't have to. There's like a big opening
There's an
right there
opening,
that people aren't meant to use.
boom.
So it's as long as it's not the proper way. It's
Right.
Yeah, as long as it's not okay.
So if
it's
that's the
okay.
proper way, it's the correct way.
This
So
is
I would
Jenkins.
like to, I would like to use my ear to the ground feature and find my criminal contact in this area.
All right. Remind the stream how it works again.
So I am in frequent contact with people in the segment of society that my chosen quarries move through. These can be associated with criminals, rough and tumble folk, members of high society. The connection comes in the form of a contact in any city you visit.
Right on.
And they can provide information about the people and places of that area.
Cool. All right, so you walk into the keg stand, and if there's anyone you should be talking to in here, it is a small, gruffy little gnome in here named Shorty. He's got one eye, and he only has one leg that he's replaced with basically just a table leg, and he sits in the corner. He's real grumpy. He doesn't talk to anyone except for you, pretty much. But anyone else can buy his words with a coin, but he talks to you for free.
Well, I buy him a drink anyway.
Yep. All right. So you walk in, and Shorty's already in there. But yeah, so you walk in, hair slicked back. There's only like 2 or 3 people inside the bar. Shorty being one of them in the back corner. And Shorty looks up and goes, well, hey there. You're in a little early.
I have an early bounty today.
What's up with that?
We seem to have a visitor from another world. Someone just up and appeared in the castle, and I'm trying to track him down.
And looks over at Jenkins, who's I presume crawling all over the floor.
He is sitting in a bar stool, like with his legs, like his feet up on it, and he's like,
He's
"Have
owling.
you seen a metal arm lately?"
My associate Jenkins is my
Your
new distraction.
friend is probably going to get stabbed soon by the people inside the bar. 2 dwarves who are over there at the bar stand up, and they start reaching for swords or daggers.
They could fucking try.
They will.
Is this going to be like the inverse of the elevator scene? Evie was the only one who wasn't in the fight. Now Evie might be the only one in the fight.
It's fine.
Jenkins, could you turn it down from 11 to maybe 6?
I forgot how to count.
Those 2 dwarves are getting up and walking over towards Jenkins.
I do a backflip off the bar stool.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Let's fucking do this. I'm ready for this. Oh shit, that's a great roll. That's a natural 20.
Jesus. So yeah, you backflip off of there. Yeah, you do a backflip and then you land on a chair and roll off of that. And then how do you land? What do you look like? What's your pose?
I land on my hands and then I get back down on all fours.
And they just, oh, geez. And they just turn around and they go back to the bar. And then the bartender's like, just keep it down.
I give him like 2 thumbs up and then I put up my foot.
And turn it down too. It just goes back to serving. And so
I love playing Jenkins because I can do stupid shit.
Shorty goes, what's going on?
So I'm looking for a person hiding their. It was a left arm.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm looking for a tall person with dreadlocks hiding.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you looking for him?
Kaladar wants him out.
Looks around already.
I gather he's only been here one night.
Yeah, he's here.
What's he doing here?
He's building up power fast.
Jesus Christ.
This guy is trickier than I thought he would be. So when you say here, you mean in the back?
No.
Oh, okay.
Clears his throat. No, he's not here. Like his voice just drops all of a sudden.
I see.
Basically, he came in here last night and basically just bought about like 20 people.
Forming up a new gang of sorts.
Yeah, he fished out like he has an eye for talent. He bought about the 20 best people he could in here. Bought them right out of like 2 local gangs. Put together his own squad.
All right, so we know he's dangerous and he has connections already. Did anyone catch where they were setting up?
No, that he wouldn't talk about anything like that around here. He got him out of here. But he's looking for information.
Information about what?
He wants to know everything he can about this place. Like, dude's smart. He didn't look like he was trying to like. I didn't know who he was. Like, I've never seen him before, obviously. But like, I don't get the feeling he's trying to like set up a base of operations. Dude wants information as fast as possible. He's trying to figure something out. Like, I don't think he's, like I said, I don't think he's trying to carve himself a position here.
Well, this isn't the town for it anyway. He just wants information, huh?
He wants knowledge. Do you know what I'm saying?
Knowledge.
He doesn't want like info. He wants knowledge. He's looking to figure something out.
Well,
he broke open the doors and the sign last night too. They already replaced him.
I was wondering about that. I thought it might have been that elf that seemed scared to come here.
Oh, you're talking about the... Yeah.
He mentioned he got thrown at some point.
I just had a feeling that I should really go inside.
No.
Someone should check on them, make sure they're okay.
No, you're talking about
Might have messed things up.
You're talking about the Horizon Walker from Morgan, right? Kaluma?
He looks like the type, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, there's people checking him out a while ago.
He looks harmless. Now the question is, where will he go for knowledge? Now, maybe this is where I can make an insight check.
Oh, sure, if you want to.
Like, where would I'm assuming everyone explained that he's after.
Oh, an insight check would be to try to read this guy. An intelligence check or like something like that would be to try to for you to figure it out before this guy tells you.
Oh no, if he's still talking, I'll
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, yeah. It depends on what he wants to know. This guy's interested in magic.
My group mentioned he had some sort of arcane object that he stole from them.
He didn't say anything about an item he had. He's trying to find magic, and that's the problem, is that, as you know, there's nothing here in this kingdom. So he's going to have to head out west.
To the college.
Hmm?
Wait, well, I'm trying to find my notes here about what is.
Oh, sorry. He'd have to head to Arcadia, the kingdom of Arcadia. Like, he'd have to travel past the mountains outside of Bastock into the actual kingdom of Arcadia, which would be, like, crazy dangerous and treacherous. He'd either have to travel into the mountains or over the mountains.
We cannot pass over it. Let us pass under it.
So, and I don't know if that's what he's doing. I'm just saying that.
But if he's looking for magical knowledge, that would be where I would head.
Right. So that means heading out. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can find him before he gets over the wall.
Right, unless he can find someone to trigger the gates. So if you don't remember that, I don't know if we ever talked about it or not. Every city used to have a set of gates that let you teleport between city to city. Those gates have been shut down for years. But supposedly there's somebody in every city that can trigger those gates. And there used to be an emperor of Arcadia that could trigger those gates. That emperor got killed about a year ago. But supposedly there's somebody in every city hiding that can trigger those gates because they are the ones that keep sealed the living dungeons of the island. But nobody knows who they are.
Oh, it's the same gates that go between cities as go to the dungeons?
Mm-hmm.
Even Shorty doesn't know who they are. And he knows a lot of shit. So the idea, if he found out who they were, he could just hit the gates and go anywhere on the island. But
okay, so he has two possible avenues out of the city.
right.
Interesting.
You don't know which way he's going.
By gate
Or he's staying here and doing or he's staying here completely.
Right. I think I would know that this really isn't a haven for magical knowledge, though, right?
Right.
All right. I think that's all I need to know for now.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'll head out to the bar, buy him some breakfast on the way out, and meet up with the group.
All right.
So he has two ways out of the city.
Yeah, so the rest of you kind of meet up and maybe you find like one of
Share.
you guys were kind of inspecting some of those like abandoned buildings and you didn't find anything that showed any promise, but maybe you guys sneak into one of them and stay off the streets. So you're in a nice little abandoned like 2-bedroom house. And you break down the information.
Does Mabel have like a hood or anything for the sand and stuff?
I mean, yeah, I'd say her cloak has a hood on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Would the person who knows how to trigger the gate be considered lore?
What do you mean?
Jenkins is a sage,
Ooh.
and
But he knows
can,
the person who would know if he doesn't.
yeah, if he doesn't know the piece of lore, he knows someone or a place where he can get that information.
Oh, is that like your? Yeah, it's from your background.
That's my background.
It's a good background.
Let's see.
Told you I gave Jenkins some fucking backstory.
I don't think you would know it from there. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see.
But would I know someone who would know?
Let me see.
Come to find out, it was in Jenkins all along.
It was Jenkins the whole time.
He forgot.
No, something like that. Let me see.
Do we even know where the gates are?
Yeah, they're plaques. They're plaques you can find very easily in any city. They're almost always in the. If the town doesn't have a town square, then it's like right in the middle. So it's in the middle of where there would be a town square. But no, this is something that you wouldn't know. This would be mechanically. This would be too easy for someone to take research.
I figured, but
that's a good idea though. It's a good idea.
It's a long shot, but we could go take a look, see if there's anybody being like suspiciously watching it or keeping an eye on the gate.
Maybe.
We could try pumping them for information if there is one.
You think he will try for that?
It depends on what his motivation is. What does this man want? Why is he here?
He wants. Well, he's here because I brought him here, but he wants to be able to travel worlds and get into some sort of business that he has to go against on his world. So maybe he is looking for ways to travel across the worlds or something.
You lagged out for a second, at least for me. So
did I?
Yeah, so you said
I think we got the gist of it. He's looking to set up some sort of world hopping business.
Yeah, so he might be wanting to travel the worlds.
Given that he doesn't know anything about this world, I hope.
Not too much, I don't think. I think he knows some things, though. He knew about Menros, I think.
So he may go either route.
Maybe.
Although the most direct route is just to head west. And that would be where you said Ganstev is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, west of here is cities like the village of Ganstaff, and anyone who's from Arcadia would know. So like the village of Ganstaff has the Archmage of Ganstaff, but he doesn't share knowledge. So like that's not a great place to go. Whether Hammer knows that or not,
well,
you know,
he probably know by now with his collection.
Right. So that's not a great place. There is a bardic city southwest of here, past the mountains, called Ortis, and that is a great place for knowledge. So that would be a huge target. But there's also a city called Valis, and Valis is like this metropolis. It's got fucking everything. So that's also a great place to go.
And that's where the nomad lives, right?
The nomad lives?
Well, I don't know about lives, but at least in my notes, that is that where the nomad is set up a headquarters?
Nope. No. The nomad the nomad once a month appears in Ganstaff.
Oh, Ganstaff. Okay.
Yeah. But the nomad appears in a lot of places on Arcadia. Yeah. Adventurers tend to have a lot of gold on Arcadia. Adventurers are very successful, so he makes his rounds everywhere. Yeah, like everybody on Arcadia knows about the Nomad. That's why it's called the Nomad, because he travels around so much on Arcadia.
the descriptions always seem to differ. It's weird.
No, he's the same guy. He's just just got a pair of gloves and he keeps his hood up and.
Okay.
Of course, it's the same guy. What are you thinking?
Well,
I think we need to cover both bases depending on what he's learned.
Does Mabel have tongues?
no.
Just the one.
Val had tongues.
Just Val, yeah, as usual.
Well, okay, so our options are to look for the person that no one knows about who can open the gates, or what? Just
I don't know what he's found out since recruiting about 20 people in that bar there from the local crime syndicates.
maybe I don't want to.
Do you
I
have
don't want
anybody
to-
you could ask if he's still in the city?
Well, I would know that no one from the city watch has seen anyone leave, right? During the night, Pedro?
You haven't asked.
There's no news.
You haven't asked.
The crime are the crime people here like really bad? Because well, I was just thinking that I mean they can't be happy that he took some of their people.
Does that make them good? That they're unhappy?
No, I just mean, what if they could tell us something? So because maybe they're not happy they took their people and they want them back, or I don't know. I don't want to work with them, but it's just an idea.
That's actually a
know.
very good point.
I don't know how well dwarves react to what they might consider treachery, but I don't think they want the people that left back.
That's true, but what if they want like revenge?
They would want to get even with the person that poached half their crew.
Right. I mean, I don't want to work with them because I'm tired of trying to be forced to work with gang people. But
Would that, Pedro, would that be covered under my my backstory? Would I know any of the local crime bosses in this area?
Well, I think you have a contact, right?
I do have a contact. I
So,
could walk back,
Shorty,
back
yeah.
in, buy him second breakfast. Actually, since we haven't left the area, actually, I think I will turn back real quick and dash in for one more question.
Yeah.
So I would ask him if anyone in particular he knew of.
Oh,
had
hi.
gotten close
How's
to
it
him.
going?
I have a follow-up question.
Well, what's up?
I was wondering if anyone in particular you knew had gotten poached that evening. Someone whose name or address we knew.
Well, I know a lot of people that got poached, yeah. And it kind of gets quiet and gets low to you.
I shall get low and quiet.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that to find this guy, we might go after the former bosses of the people he poached. They might be eager to find out where their people went.
Here's the situation. You and I are cordial, but I don't know that I want to burn bridges with this guy yet. What's in it for me?
Well, gold is your usual language.
Ouch.
Well, you did say people buy his tongue for a gold, right?
Well, Pedro said that. Shorty likes to think of himself a little differently.
But this may be a little above and beyond, I take it.
He's good. In one night, he's already gotten 20 guys from, 20 good guys from another organization. He's obviously charismatic. He probably saw the person, so he knows he's built. He's got a lot of things stacked in his favor, and the fact that he's able to move so quickly and develop whatever he's working on, that's formidable. I think he just wants to know Like,
Data's
in
got a
this guy's-
point. No.
That
Sorry.
exists. That exists.
no. It's just-
Data doesn't know how to do this in Kaluma talk.
well, you're not there anyway, so.
Yeah, so you're not there. So
I
Yeah.
know.
Only one of them. Only one of them went out, or did they?
I mean,
We
this...
would know if Jenkins left. It would not smell like lavender anymore.
Jenkins,
It would not
Jenkins
stink of lavender.
Jenkins is a +6 to stealth. You don't know shit.
Is that with the lavender?
I
He
mean,
can stealth his smell.
here's the thing. Have you thought about maybe joining up with this guy?
No, it hadn't occurred to me. The more I hear, the more dangerous he sounds.
That's what I'm saying. Have you thought about joining up with them?
Not really. Before now.
I mean,
damn it, he turns on us.
he came in. He didn't drop a single coin, and he picked up 20 people. Here's what I think. I think he's looking for a lot of magic. I don't think he's going to find it. I think when he finds out what's in the mountains, like you and I know, he's going to change his mind real fast. And then I think he's going to find out that he should stick around. And then when he starts building up a base, he's going to need more contacts. That's where I come in. Maybe that's where you come in.
Well, if we can't go to him,
And your friend seems like he's like some kind of ninja.
Jenkins is canon a ninja. In one of his past lives, he was a ninja. Yes.
Like he's a mover and shaker, and he hasn't been here for 24 hours. Is that what you're saying?
about 12 hours actually.
Oh, come on.
All right. How about this?
Yeah.
Maybe we'd be interested in talking to him.
All right. Who's we?
Me, maybe Jenkins. I can't speak for him. Jenkins can't speak for himself.
All right. Let me put you in contact.
Hypothetically, maybe.
All right.
Thank you kindly.
How do I get in contact with you?
Oh, I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, you know how to get in contact with me. I sit here.
Well,
Got
the
his
key
own
thing-
school.
I guess check with me
I'll
tomorrow.
just, yeah, I'll just check back
Tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning.
Traitor.
All right. All right.
Mabel,
Double
do you have
cross or triple?
Callie? Does Mabel have any room to say that?
Oh,
did
and
For safety and the good of the group. I didn't do it to fuck the group.
While Jenkins,
Well, I like where this
while-
is going. All right.
again,
any-
this is all hypothetical, but we'll see.
Well, look, I can't put my neck out for hypotheticals.
He has a very
I'm
short
doing
reach.
this. I'm doing this. And he goes, and he clears his throat and he goes, all right, well, I'll see you later.
Good talking with you.
Yeah.
And I wander back out.
All right. So you meet back up with the group. You kind of
Where,
crawl
where's the
into a
nearest-
side window. What's up?
Where's the nearest gate? Like to leave the city.
Ah, okay. The southern gate isn't too far from here.
What you thinking, Larix?
we might want to ask the guards if they've seen anybody leave.
That's a good point. Kaluma can do that real quick.
That's a good idea.
Well, and then as you're thinking about that and discussing it, the window opens again, and in sneaks in Yuzu.
Did you find out then?
I did find out.
Better.
He is active. He is actively recruiting, and actually, I will fill in the group on everything you said.
Including the fact that you're gonna meet
That
him.
I'm a new recruit. Yes.
So what, you're going to like infiltrate him?
There's.
I don't know if that's safe.
If we can't go to him, let him come to us.
We tried that before. I don't know how well it worked.
Oh well. Thanks for the heads up.
Did you find out about the gangs or anything?
Only that he recruited them without any gold. So this guy must be a charismatic figure if he's recruited people merely on the promise of, anything.
So he's still in the city then.
He
Yeah,
must
sounds
be
like
still
it.
in the city. Yes.
Okay.
The question is whether he ever plans to leave. As soon as he
Kaluma's gonna.
how difficult it is to head west.
Oh, he will plan on leaving, just maybe not by walking out of the city.
We don't know. I just hope I haven't burned my contact in the city for nothing. But we're all done with this.
Yeah. Okay, so he's probably still here. Where would he go that would not be already taken by another group?
Or perhaps he went to a place that's already taken
That's
by another
true.
group.
He might have taken it from them.
Could I roll? Could I roll for that?
Yeah. What would you roll though?
I mean, I feel like history would make sense, but like maybe investigation would make sense.
Investigation is more like it'd be a standard intelligence check more than investigation. Because investigation is you like looking through like information and doing the detective work.
Like appraising a scene or having
Yeah.
the clues on a desk and looking through them and trying to puzzle it together.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo in that shit.
Exactly. Intelligence is like, I hope I know this shit.
Yeah, I'll roll intelligence then. I'm so used to just doing skill checks.
I know it's hard. It's like back in like old school D&D, you'd have like bardic knowledge, and it'd be like, I do happen to know this. I'm a bard.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me check to make sure I don't have anything that'll.
I don't think they have that stuff anymore.
Well, I'm gonna check to make sure I don't have any information.
Sure.
Shit.
Well, clerics do.
Clerics have everything. They're the new wizards and bards.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not something that I've seen or heard within the past month, so I'll ignore keen mind.
While Evie/Jenkins is doing that, earlier I interrupted by saying Kaluma does something. At that moment, Kaluma probably just motioned to Lyrics like, I'm gonna go talk to the guards on the wall like you suggested, and he headed out because he couldn't follow what Uzu was saying too well.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with him because of dwarves.
There.
All right. So the two of you do some investigating. You speak with the dwarves for a little while, and you kind of navigate up and down the southern wall, speaking with different guards. But as far as you can tell, unless he pulled off some sneaky shit, you feel pretty secure he's still within the city limits.
Is there a guard captain or anybody in charge at the wall?
Yeah, you can talk to somebody.
Okay, yeah, I want to talk to him.
Yeah, so you meet him. He's a bit, he's a little more stubborn and a little more stocky than the rest of them. He's about 4'8", and he's really good at carrying his weight. He has broad shoulders, and he has a really grisly beard that he doesn't bother trying to upkeep anymore. It takes a little while for him to navigate his way down to the southern gate because he's on patrol somewhere else, but eventually he does come over, and he's really unhappy to see Kaluma, but he manages to keep that and push it off to the side and speak to Larix, and he says, yeah, what's going on?
I was wondering if any of your people have seen, what are they called again?
Humans.
The people of the sand.
The Nubians.
Nubians.
Yes, the Nubians.
Anubians.
Anubians.
No, not since, isn't it you and your people? Didn't you successfully take care of that?
Well, they might have been trying to get in contact with the kingdom.
Oh, I was trying to pay you a compliment more. Like,
Oh.
ever since you and your people came in, no, nothing of that sort.
Hoping to be able to find them so I could talk to them.
Oh,
Might have to go outside for that.
no, they've all but disappeared from around these parts. I don't think they want anything to do with us.
Okay. And how much does he know about Hammer? Or how much do you know about Hammer from?
Kaladar came. He said the king came out and gave us a bit of a briefing. He has some sort of apparatus attached to his arm that
Yes.
fires off. So we've been told to not watch just the gate, but the actual walls themselves in case he tries to breach and swing over the side somehow. We were told that your mouse friend brought him in and that you had tried to keep it under control.
I think she was afraid for everyone, so she didn't have anywhere else she thought she could go.
Yeah, okay.
But from what I've been hearing, he is recruiting quite a number of people.
What do you mean recruiting?
Thieves, assassins, not sure for what.
Kaluma's stoic.
Possibly to try to go over the mountain.
Really? Well, that'd be the best thing to happen to us in a long time. Get all the goddamn criminals out of here and then take them into the fucking mountains and let them get their fucking minds pulled out of their fucking skulls. That'd be the best thing to happen to us in a long time.
So we'll.
Is there no other way to get past the mountains?
They all start becoming fucking mountaineers.
Probably not.
Yeah, so they have to go inside the mountains and then, yeah, get their brains sucked out of their mouths.
Sounds unpleasant.
Only if you got brains.
True.
Then he's like,
Right.
oh, sorry.
Kaluma doesn't notice.
I don't know if that's like racially insensitive.
I don't know if it is either, actually.
Really?
So
Whoa.
What's going on, Larix? What's racially insensitive?
don't worry about it.
Oh, we were talking about elves.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
See?
What did you say?
it's all right. It was just joking around.
Was it funny?
It was
Yes.
hilarious.
I'd like to hear the joke then.
How many elves does it take to find the way out of the forest?
I don't think Kaluma can count that.
That's the punchline. He just kind of smiles to himself.
Well, just to let you know that there is a possible new gang up in the city. Well, we'll try to find him as soon as possible.
We'll put some people on it too.
Thank you.
Where's this
As
guy
we're
come
walking-
from?
Came from another world, but he seems to know a lot about other worlds. So I'm not sure if he's traveled them or not.
We know he's traveled to at least one.
Well, I don't.
He's got a cool hand.
Yeah, you know, he told us basically, didn't he? He's been to COG.
Yeah, we know he's at least traveled to COG.
He told us, but yeah.
I
It
don't know.
sounded like he had some sort of former career, maybe a former lifestyle that involved traveling.
All right.
While Jenkins is hanging out with the rest of the group in the place, by the way, I rolled a 10, so I don't know shit. But while I'm there, I whisper something to Mabel. I'm gonna DM her.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna DM you on Discord.
All right.
So
Yeah. So yeah, the rest of you return to the headquarters.
I let him know what I talked to the guard about.
Yeah.
That's probably good that they know now.
Yeah.
They can keep an eye out too.
Yeah.
All right. So the question now is, what do we do until tomorrow morning?
How tall was the
When I
wall?
supposedly have a meeting set up.
Was I on top of it or?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
still think we should look around. I mean, for one
Wall's
thing,
only
it
10
might
feet
look
tall.
Oh, okay.
For one thing, it might look suspicious if you're not like still helping us, like pretending to help us, you know.
Right. For starters, I probably shouldn't be seen with you between now and then.
Maybe either that or you can tell like tell him. Oh,
Suspense. You can tell him this,
Tell him
or
nothing.
can you hear me yet?
it lagged out.
We can hear you now.
Okay.
We hear you now.
Or you can tell him like you're just going to turn on us and you're just leading us astray. You know, you're like a double agent, but he doesn't know that you're actually like a triple agent.
Well, the only purpose of that meeting will be to find out where his base is. After that, it becomes simpler.
Actually, I've got a better idea.
I have a question.
What's that?
Based on the conversation, I'm assuming that me and Larix are already back with the group.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Because I kind of wanted to detour and go past the plaza on our way back.
Oh, okay. You
Oh.
can if you want. What's the plaza?
The one with that portal, the gate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, so you make your way off to the side. You kind of take like a big detour, obviously, but eventually you do navigate and find your way. These gates, these are basically slabs on the ground. Each slab is about a foot wide, and you the only place that doesn't have them is Morgan. Morgan destroyed them so that nobody could ever like backdoor their way in. But they're like a foot wide, and each one has an engraving that says what city they lead to, and it's just this kind of there's basically just like a slab, and then about a couple feet of space, and then another slab, couple feet of space, and they're just all in a row, and there's one for each city, except for Valis. So, and anyone that's from here would know that's because Valis wasn't originally from Arcadia. So,
Are there any other symbols around?
nope. These
there
were
anybody-
made by the seven wizards to allow for easy transportation between the cities. They when the seven wizards helped establish safe transportation for the people on Arcadia. They wanted everyone to be able, when the first settlers came to Arcadia, they wanted people to be able to very easily basically choose where they wanted to live on the island. So they said basically like, pick where you want to live, and then we'll create gates so that you can just live where you want to live and then visit each other however you want to. So that's why the populations are so widespread everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do I happen to notice anybody checking the place out?
Yeah, that's
What's your
what
passive
I'm-
perceptions?
15.
My passive perception's 13.
13? Let me see. Nope.
Okay. Didn't think so.
What was the location we went to grab winter supplies?
And staff.
Yeah, and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff. No. Okay, well, I think we should continue to try to just look around for a just hideout type place for them, maybe.
Well, so there are a couple of places we could check out if he is looking for knowledge and magical knowledge. Actually, I should ask Pedro, is there a library? I'm assuming in this city?
Nope.
Saying this.
No library?
Yeah, I know.
really-
It's
There's a small
Before-
library that Kaluma found in the castle.
in
but
the
it's-
castle. There's a couple books that have been preserved, but no. Before Kaladar took over, anybody that's from the city would know that books were actively destroyed in terms of rowdiness. Like it was hilarious to overturn and destroy and beat up books. And when Kaladar took over, it was like, okay, guys, this is stupid. And so he got as many books as he could together and put them in the library that he created
In the castle.
in the castle.
Interesting.
Arcadia is a silly place.
Yes. Do not go there.
On second thought, let's not go there.
Just in case he happens to have recruited someone with access to the castle, one or two stake out the royal library and see if anyone is interested in
Jenkins immediately raises his hand.
accessing books.
Are we back yet?
Yeah. So yeah, you stumble in by that point.
I feel
So
like I'm forgetting something about those.
I just had a thought,
Mhm.
and I'm trying not to sneeze.
Mhm.
Sorry. Wasn't there a guy working on some kind of flying ship last time we were
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Maybe he's gone by now.
You need to build
Is
a
it-
ship.
Is it possible he could have gotten recruited?
I don't know.
Kaluma, you were asking for him last time. Go find out where it went.
They're like,
Okay. Kaluma begins walking out the door.
wait, no,
No.
don't actually go. No,
But Yuzu doesn't know this.
it didn't go well last time.
Yeah. But it's only like
But he's probably not there. It's okay.
noon by now.
I'd ask Yuzu if she knew anything about this person.
Do I know this crazy person building an airship?
You're in the you're in Keg Stand enough. Yeah, you would probably know of him.
I know of a crazy guy trying to build an airship.
Did he build it?
That's about it.
No.
Okay.
No, that's just ridiculous.
Well, we
Yeah,
probably
he's
shouldn't worry
never
about-
gonna build that airship.
Well, is there anybody?
Wow, Pedro.
Is there anybody in the town that is like knowledgeable about the magic stuff that you know of?
Jenkins raises his hand.
You know magic stuff? But will they come to talk to you though?
And that does kind of for those that for Yuzu, for instance, Yuzu thinks about it. racks her brain. Jenkins might be the most knowledgeable person aside from Grady when it comes to magic in this town.
Who's Grady?
Grady?
The knight that took off to go to the police station.
Oh, that's right.
Frank's character.
Yeah, Frank's character.
I didn't think they had PlayStations in Bastock.
Right. What?
What's Jenkins' class?
Bard.
Bard. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Frank and
Wow,
Evie.
I'm the least magical of everybody now.
I'm also a sage. I know shit about all sorts of things.
You think they would come to him to ask about magic stuff, though?
You know, Jenkins has built a reputation in this town. And if someone were to ask for him,
If someone asks about magic, they're probably going to ask for Jenkins. That was his introduction in the game.
I mean,
He has
doesn't
a
exactly make it so hard
reputation.
to find.
Like
So-
legit. So I'm gonna pull the curtain back on Jenkins a little bit. I feel like he's the kind of person who might have been in a secret society. That's what his backstory is. So he's probably like, he knows the shit.
But okay.
Well,
Jenkins knows shit about shit.
so if you were out and about, maybe somebody would try to approach you. You think?
Yeah, perhaps Jenkins, you should do
Or his
whatever the hell it is you do on a normal day.
Jenkins immediately jumps out the window.
Oh no.
No, don't worry. That's about right.
Yeah, but
We're on track.
maybe you should hunter's mark him.
it's not a bad
All
idea.
right, GG, everybody. We won.
Yeah, Jenkins swan dives out the window and heads into the center of town, and he starts busking.
What's busking?
That's amazing.
Sunbathing.
I'm
Oh,
I'm-
basking or
Busking, yeah, like playing music and
Thing is,
Oh.
do a little
entertaining for money.
yeah,
I don't know
like
that
I've got
one.
I'm the guy who's got like his guitar case out and is like accepting donations or like
Except for with Jenkins, he's playing the instrument and then extending a foot to collect the coin.
I
Oh,
really want to go play with him, but I don't want to draw attention to me.
I'll roll a performance check. You want me to
That
roll a
would probably
performance
be
check? I'll do
Sure.
it.
Mabel, you know what happened last time you tried to
I
do music
know.
here.
I
That's
know.
a 27 to performance.
damn.
I've got a plus 10 performance.
Right
But
on.
you're almost up to mine, damn.
Jeez.
Almost.
Jenkins has no negatives. I built this character not intending to make him overpowered, but he ended up becoming overpowered. He at least has half proficiency in everything.
That's
Would you roll
amazing.
27 sixes on your character sheet?
No, I did roll some really good rolls though.
All right, killing it.
Yeah.
All right, so we should also have someone stake out the Royal Library of Books, just in case someone is after any arcane knowledge there.
We could just tell the guards to keep an eye on it, probably.
We could,
Yes, probably could.
especially since everyone but Kaluma would stand out pretty noticeably as a guard. Yeah.
Yeah, none of us are dwarves, so
And
Well,
I
you
need
have
to
a
talk
knight
to-
on your team who has access to the castle whenever they want.
that's
There we
true.
go.
He could go. There
He
we
is
But-
the ideal person for this duty.
However,
go.
However,
he's not here.
Well, that's perfect. You should go and
Hang out in the library for
He left to go
We
wash
shall
up
meet
his
up with
blackface.
him at a we'll meet up
Appropriate
with
time.
him at a narratively appropriate time.
But yeah. So yeah,
I
you're
have to talk to Kaladar anyway about the gatekeeper.
yeah. So during your busking performance,
hell yeah.
at one point, somebody drops like a sizable donation inside. Like, do you have like a guitar case? Is that what you said?
It's a like a cake. Well,
Does he have a cup?
I would imagine he has a cup. Yes.
Okay, so someone drops like an entire pouch into your.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
It's over. It's filling up my cup.
Yep.
Ooh.
Your cuppeth run over.
With pouch.
Yep.
I look up. I'm like, thank you.
There's no one there.
Oh, shit. Well, I keep busking for a little bit before I. Well, actually, I'll open it up right away. Because Jenkins is the curious folk.
Yeah, there's 25 gold in there, and there's a note.
Okay, I read the note.
the
Yes,
note.
Jenkins can read.
The note says, keg stand, and then it says 1 hour after dawn.
All right.
Is that the same time I was supposed to meet my contact?
It is.
He said, yeah, first thing in the
Wonder how
morning.
that
Right?
works.
Yep.
What a coincidence! All right. So I keep busking for a while.
Okay.
You said 25 gold?
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. Gotta add that shit. All right, cool. I'll keep busking.
All right. So, that the night comes. What's up?
I will have made a trip to check with Kaladar
Okay.
quickly.
All right. What was up, Kaluma? Or no?
Kaluma's
Oh.
going back to those gate stones
Yeah.
because he really thinks there's something like he doesn't remember exactly what, but he remembers that he talked to somebody about the gates recently. So he's just standing over them trying to remember. And
Okay.
he's looking at the Ganstaff one.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be great if you had keen mind?
It would be great if I had anything higher than a 4 for
Keen
intelligence.
mind as for intelligence would be
That's
interesting.
Potent.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It would be, he remembers every detail, but he doesn't understand the significance of any of the details.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, he just picked up the gun and shot him. I have no idea who killed him. Who killed the other person?
I remember the exact words that were on that page, but I don't know what they said. All those letters, those weird symbols, I know all of
Yeah,
them, but
can you redraw all the little symbols? Yeah, I can redraw the symbols perfectly.
what does that say?
Fuck if I know.
Pedro, can
yeah.
I try detect portal to see if I can maybe take a look at one of these gates?
Yeah, sure.
Kaluma uses his detect portal ability.
All right.
Intelligence.
Uh-huh.
So that's a 2.
Yeah.
He's gonna hang out there for another hour just trying to remember. Then realizes.
But you don't have to roll. It just says you
I
gain the
don't.
ability to magically sense the presence of a planar portal.
Oh, I thought it was an intelligence if I wanted to try to walk through it or open it.
No, it just says you using detect portal? Or using something
Yeah, but
else?
I thought that was the ability to use portals, like going into a person's head if I can detect the portal to the mind. Stuff.
Are you using the detect portal ability?
Yes.
No, it doesn't do any of that. It just says as an action, you detect the distance and direction to the closest planar portal within a mile.
Okay.
Yeah, so you found it.
Wow.
Then what is?
That's all it does.
Then what's the Horizon Walker ability that allows to open up a portal to the mind or something?
I have no idea. That's all it does. Like, it lets you find the nearest one, which you did, so you sense it.
Okay.
They're all there.
You found it. It's there.
Yeah.
Time Kaluma thought he could open them.
Yeah, I've always wondered why you keep going. Like, you always rolled intelligence checks. I looked it up just now, and it's like,
Well,
Nah.
how is he supposed to help us get into the mirror then?
That's a very good question.
I don't know. I've always wondered. Like, so I looked it up real fast. Because you did it, man. You found it.
All
Okay.
right, I say no one talk about this again. We'll just cross that bridge.
I don't know if I always thought it was. I always thought Kaluma believed it could go in. I didn't know you could too. I didn't know you believed it too. I always thought it was like a Kaluma thing. Was like,
Well,
guys,
I did
don't make
because
me go in.
the Horizon from the Horizon Walkers from the World Walkers series said she could do it and could teach Roborto to do it.
Oh yeah.
When the Korean first arrived, I thought you said that it was possible for Kaluma to kind of do it with the gate that he opened up to his old world. I was confused then because I didn't know that was the ability that did it, but I thought after we discussed it, that's what it is. But if it hasn't come, if it's not how it works in the game, we can discuss it at another time.
Yeah. It was more
I
the
didn't
idea that
realize
the
you could
Horizon
jump
Walkers
space.
would teach you where portals were. Like, Horizon Walkers would teach you where portals were, not that the Horizon Walker class gave you the ability to open portals.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was the latter because it was always kind of a mystery how they traveled, did their world walking.
No, because they knew where. Just like they
They
knew
just
where.
to find the-
They know where to
That's-
find them.
Yeah.
Not that the
Yeah.
class opens portals, right?
Okay.
So we got the Elvish rounds, and then we got the
Well, halfling
the
rounds.
Spell rounds, and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It only detects portals. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're
Sorry.
It's okay. You know what? I have a better understanding of his abilities now.
Yeah, sorry. But when they hit 7th level, they can step through the ethereal plane.
For 6 seconds.
Yeah, it lets them cast etherealness without spending spell slots. Yeah, and then they can distance strike, they can pass between planes. Yeah.
Sorry for slowing the game down, guys.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. Do
Well,
you
we
still
learned something about Kaluma today?
do,
Some of his inability comes from me.
do you still want to play Horizon Walker?
Yeah, I'm playing Kaluma. Kaluma's here. I've got Kaluma.
Okay.
He's here to stay. And so is Jenkins.
He is literally here to stay because he can't walk.
Yeah.
How do you know what Jenkins can do, huh?
No, Kaluma.
Kaluma's here.
Oh.
He's
I mean,
literally here to stay because he can't
I'm
walk.
enjoying this because was it last session that okay, where's the door? Well, that's what we're waiting for your friends for. Do you not know where the door is in your base? Like, I can go home on my own if you can just let me out. But it's like, can you?
Jenkins is absolutely aware of the existence of other worlds. There's no question about that.
There's no question.
His
Alright.
mind is that warped at this point, but he knows shit.
Then the last thing I want to do for Kaluma before we just settle in for the night is when he gets back, he's gonna go up to Larix and say, "Elves don't leave the forest, but I don't see the joke."
It was just a dwarf being a dwarf.
It's too meta.
Too meta for Kaluma.
I mean, do I ever really leave the forest?
Take it with you.
Well, you're not technically a forest right now. You're just a tree.
A
Can't-
forest of one.
Can't see the
Yes,
forest
well,
for the
He's
trees.
working
I
on
was
it.
about to
He's
say.
got his little potted plant.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
but
that.
that takes a while, so I'm not.
Jenkins
It
is not
takes
aware
time.
of that.
But you know what? It's Larix Jr. Just give it another 29 days.
We are
Perfect.
group.
Yes.
Anyway,
So I will have visited Kaladar, before
Oh,
sometime
yeah.
in the morning.
well, you get up to the castle, at least, and there are guards, and they stop you before you get there, and they say, "Halt,
I halt.
name and business."
Yuzu, I need a quick word with the king.
Oh, they look at each other. Well then,
What were you going to Kaldor for?
and then they say, "Well, no, but you can tell us, and we'll pass the message along."
Well, I suppose that would work.
Oh, well, good.
He did hire me as a bounty hunter.
Yeah, okay.
But it's like 11 o'clock at night.
Well, no, it's still the morning.
Oh, that's what I do.
Is it?
All right, so Yuzu will quickly scratch out on a piece of paper a message that says the. Did you say the gatekeeper or the portal keeper, Pedro? The mythical person that may have
The doorkeeper.
activated the portals.
Oh, whatever term you want to call it. Yeah, portal keeper, gatekeeper.
Magic boy.
Yeah. Please place the gatekeeper under constant guard
Okay.
and ask them to deliver that to Kaladar.
Okay. Fold it up.
That's all.
Will do.
And that's all I need to be here for.
I agree.
Oh no, that was me to you, Pedro. But
Oh, sorry.
Yuzu walks away.
Sorry.
See, I need like a character voice so I know what I'm doing.
That's why I do character voices.
Yeah.
One of the reasons.
I thought that was gonna be a great exchange. Like, yeah, buddy. All right, yeah.
Gotta come
So,
up with those silly voices.
yeah, you
That
head
sounds
back,
great.
and unless there's anything else going on, you guys bed down for the night so that you can get up bright and early.
I did want to send a message to one of our friends back.
On Innovasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll send it. I guess I'll send it to Paddington and just say, things got held up. Someone took book. Getting it back. Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
Someone
We'll
took-
return as soon as possible. Stay safe.
Okay. Do we need to play out what happened, or are you guys okay with me narratively moving the story along in Avasa?
Can I do something before we bed down for the night?
Sure.
I want to actually summon a steed.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gotta have that city horse.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what I would summon.
A
Well-
log.
I don't know why you want a horse. so
Hey, I'd roll downstairs.
Oh.
Is that D12?
Yeah, what can I summon?
I think it's like a pony or like a war horse or a draft horse, I think, or something like that. Essentially. Or a camel.
An appropriately sized mount.
I think you could do a camel. We're in the desert. I'm pretty sure camel's one of them.
Can it be like an elk that could carry me? That
An elk is one of them, yeah.
I mean, it could be a wooden horse.
War horse, pony, camel, elk, or mastiff.
yeah, could it be some type of wooden elk?
That'd be cool.
Oh. Wooden elk?
Yes.
it's just an elk, but it has a wood texture to it.
A wooden elk?
Here, no. On Rhalanas, it could have been.
I have a question. What was the name of Gumby's partner? Pokey?
Pokey.
Yes, Pokey. How about a Trojan horse?
We have a gift for you, a hammer. Do not mind the dangling of metal inside.
Yeah, I'd like to choose, summon a celestial warhorse type thing.
Let's see.
Hey, Callie, you know bards much better than I do because I've played them very little in 5e. Are they one of those? Are they one of the classes that you need like that you can relearn your spell list every night or every long
Nope,
rest?
bards just innately
Cool.
have their spells every
Cool.
day. Yeah,
Like sorcerers.
Every
Mhm.
day, every day. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you have your spells, and those are the spells you have.
Cool. Just wanted to double check.
Until
Yep.
you gain a level, then you can retrain one of them and gain a new one.
Right. You can retrain every level, but yeah, it's the trade-off because like wizards and stuff get more spells, but you get to just have all the ones you have.
I have a question. Do bards get to retrain all of their spells every level?
One spell per level.
I was gonna open up the page for bards and shit and look that up, and I was like, but Callie's here.
Yeah.
You just have your spells. That's all you know.
I don't see Steed.
Looking for?
I was looking to look at the
Trying to
what
look for the spell?
mounts. What mounts, yeah.
Here, I can link it.
It's called Find Steed.
Here, I'll link it. There you go. Hit it open.
In Zoom chat.
Oh,
Yeah, it has a specific.
Or I can put it into Discord. I don't care where.
I got
it has
it.
a specific list right
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll do a war horse if I can.
Oh, it only lasts for 10 minutes?
What?
No, it lasts
Oh,
for
no.
an hour. Or
Oh,
wait,
lasts-
cast time is
Yeah,
a minute. It lasts. Actually, it just lasts until it dies or you desummon.
Cool, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's what I'm trying to figure out. All right.
It's just a ritual.
Its intelligence is 5 or less. Its intelligence becomes 6 and gains the ability to understand a language of my choice.
It's smarter than Kaluma.
Oh man.
Wow.
It's like the elk reads out, would you permit me to reach this young elf? Okay, so yeah, what are you summoning then? An elk?
No, I'm gonna do a warhorse.
Warhorse? Okay.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that'd be able to carry it.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you summon a Budweiser Clydesdale to
Yes.
something that would be able to carry you.
You summon the horse from the that one event named Audible.
Yeah. So rest up for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
And I don't think we answered. I'm fine with you moving the narrative forward in that place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
Of course, I'm gonna name the horse Artax.
All right. So then you get a message back from Paddington.
Okay.
And the message is, where are you? We are in fucking cages. Hurry back. Please.
I mean, we're going to bed, so I'll send him another one. I'll talk to Lyrics.
You have another one.
I mean, yeah, we're going to bed. Like, fuck it. Like, I'll go to Lyrics and be like, should I tell them what I did? But if they ask them, I don't want them to have to lie. Should I just say, oh, we'll be back soon? It's okay. Again.
Just say we'll be back soon. Went to see an old friend.
Also,
we formed a new team. Up there.
It's all right. We got replacements.
Callie,
What?
never mind. I'm going to try and do this as Kaluma. I mean, you could tell them that you got to Arcadia before all the stuff happened. Because you said he's just asking where you are.
Yeah, I can tell him that's where we are. So, okay, I should not probably tell him that I kind of hijacked. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll send a message back. On Arcadia, in Bastock. But getting book back. I'm sorry. We will come back as soon as we can.
Strike Team Beta.
I'm so sorry. I'll send that.
What's Paddington's reply?
It's just like real quiet for a little bit.
Okay, bye.
Just one word.
I don't know how long we have before they get impatient.
Oh no. I can send him one more message. What should I tell him?
We're on our way. Keep hope.
Keep hope. But if he said, what should I tell him to tell them something to try to hold them off?
Strike Team Beta is on the case.
Paddington's not a good liar, Mabel.
I'm not going to tell him something he has to lie, but if I just tell him what to tell them, that's all he knows, and he's not.
Well, what would you tell him?
What's what I'm asking? What should I tell him?
Oh, that's
Just-
a good question.
Tell them that we have to wait for the book to cool down, or we have to wait a night.
But that is lying. Paddington knows that.
Have we ever used the book more than one day, or more than?
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely,
We used
yes.
it back to
Yeah.
back before.
Like, we made 4. Was it 4? I think it was 4 or 5 jumps.
I already told him someone took the book. I just didn't say that it was Hammer.
Pedro disappeared.
Uh-oh. I just didn't tell him it was Hammer. So I can just say what I thought. What would keep them from hurting them?
Oh. Okay. Well, Kalum was really straining. It looks like he's trying to think. We are
Veins
meeting.
popping.
We are finding Hammer tomorrow.
Hammer was
I'm not
wanted
going
to
to
see about magic on here.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're learning about magic. Okay. Okay.
You
And
just say the book was stolen.
Hang on. What is the name for this?
make
book
sure
was
you
stolen.
say Hammer.
Yeah.
wanting to learn
Hammer is learning magic too. Like maybe, I don't know.
Magic. Hammer is learning magic from very weird homeless guy.
Hammer is taking, and that's too many words. Hammer is,
seeking out magic.
is learning while we're here
We'll be back
For his
as soon as we
business.
can.
for his business.
Hammer is recruiting.
Yeah, Hammer is recruiting and learning while
Back
we
as soon
are
as we can.
here. Tell them
We're waiting
We'll
on
be
Hammer
back.
to finish. Is that what we're doing?
no,
We're
but
waiting
while,
on Hammer to be
but
ready to go.
that's just part of the
Hammer's
reason.
not ready to
No,
leave.
that's just part of the reason. Paddington is in.
Paddington is in what?
that's Pedro's thing right now.
No, I can see that, but I gotta open up.
I love it.
Paddington is in a cage.
Oh my
That's the
god.
name.
That's Paddington, no. Are you there, Pedro? Are you?
He's there. He
Okay.
keeps changing the name.
What is it? I can't. How do you see the whole name? I don't.
I
I
can't
go
see
to
them.
chat. Like I click on the Paddington is in. I click chat, and then I open the 2 so I can select the person and
Oh,
the whole name.
Paddington is in a cage. Oh my god.
It was Paddington Needs Hope a moment ago.
Oh, does it really? Oh no.
It was, and now he's in a cage.
Paddington was free.
This is his return message.
Paddington was free. Just need to give him a sock, guys. It's okay.
Paddington
soft.
was a free bear.
Send the message already.
Oh yeah,
What
I
is he
was just making sure that he was there. Okay, yeah. So okay, so I'll send him the message and I'll say Hammer is getting info while here and recruiting Washington and recruiting shit, I said what did I say? So Hammer is getting info while here and recruiting
For
Be
business.
back soon?
for the business. Tell them that. I'm so sorry.
I wonder if the only thing Patty's gonna say to them is, "I'm so sorry."
Try
The one thing that got through.
to tell them and stall. I'm sorry. Poor Estelle. Oh my god.
Was he just surrounded by
Oh.
Forrest Gumps?
And before this is just Paddington getting back at Mabel for going against
might
Val,
not
and
be
he's just
smart elf, but I've been told that life is like a box of chocolates.
life is like a box of chocolates. Oh my god.
Welcome back.
I didn't know. As you guys are talking, I didn't want to like break into like smiles or whatever as you said stuff. So I turned off my video, but then like
You started playing with it.
I started messing around.
I was just like, wait, is Pedro there? Wait, Paddington is what?
Yeah.
Just doing a little recruiting.
Oh my god.
What's Washington?
Yeah, Wasington. Well, then it's quiet for a second again, and then yeah, and you told him that he has the book, right?
I initially said that the book was taken, and then I was just saying that I said that Hammer was also looking for info and recruiting.
Yeah. So
He doesn't technically know that Hammer has the book.
I just didn't say that Hammer has the book and that Hammer was recruiting away from us. So Paddington does not know these things.
Well, there's another thing, Mabel, Callie, that we didn't think about.
What?
Does the enemy gang, did they know that we could communicate with Paddington or other members of our group across the world? Because now, where are they going to try and like, okay, you can talk to your friends? Okay.
Well, he could probably explain to them, I imagine,
Yeah,
how it works.
He can't send a message.
Paddington is not knowledgeable in magic.
I know.
Yeah, I think.
Not, but I'm
Yeah,
wondering
but
what
I think they'll be able to
gang might make
explain
when they
hopefully
suddenly
that.
he has new information about what's going on. Is he crazy? Is he a liar?
Well,
or-
Mabel was also the only one that used the book, so maybe they'll think that she's the only one that does that anyway, also, which she is. So.
so it's like they're gonna start interrogating us to find out where Hammer is.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't tell him too much. Then if he's going to interrogate them. Oh
It's really
no!
not that
When
bad.
are you
I mean,
coming
we'll run out of
back?
time.
I can send him another message. Oh, I feel so bad. I shouldn't have left them there.
Jenkins
And that's where we
walks
have
over
to
and
stop.
Jenkins walks over and pats Mabel on the head.
I'm just sitting there talking to my horse.
Well, no, we'll play for another minute or two because so after that, you guys get your sleep, and the next morning, a little after dawn, it's time for two of you to head out.
Jenkins jumps out the window.
Just combat roll. Are you guys going together or separately?
Jenkins is going on his own. He's already out the window.
Yeah, we're going separately.
All right.
Are we just staying here? Is that?
Hmm?
Are we just staying here then waiting, or like what if he takes you from there?
Jenkins, I'm just imagining Jenkins woke up and then dived out the window.
Was it a different window this time?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just hits the alarm and
What's up?
Hmm?
Oh,
What is your character's name, Josh?
Yuzu.
Yuzu.
Yuzu, like the fruit.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a lemon, but not really lemon.
Here, Hunter's Mark. Good luck.
Ah. How long does that last?
An
1
hour.
hour.
Better than nothing. Yeah. In all likelihood, we'll be led to him. So it's probably best if we're not followed, but I'll remember where we're taken.
Well, it serves another purpose in this case, but sure. Good luck.
That's very amusing.
Lucy, you just get 2 more new temporary characters.
Don't kill off Jenkins.
He's not killed necessarily.
Yeah.
Don't kill off Jenkins. Just come back later.
Imprisoned.
So yes, I think
You strike him
Nothing
down,
we
he will
can do.
return more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I'll up those character stats by 1.
Well, as long as it's just the stats and not the personality, we'll be fine.
Oh no, the personality stays.
From
the same.
11 to 12.
Actually, on D&D Beyond, there is a stat for personality.
Is it called charisma?
No.
Because I think that's negative.
Oh.
Jenkins has a +4 in charisma.
All right. So the 2 of you travel separately and make your way towards the Happy Keg.
I leave my weapons at the
the keg stand, sorry.
I was going to say the Happy Keg.
Sorry.
Who the fuck did we go there?
That sounds like a much nicer place.
Yeah. So you walk in, and the place is actually empty except for Shorty.
Even the barkeep's not there?
Even
He
the
was
barkeep's
Hammer
not there.
all along.
Look at me.
Shorty was
I'm
here.
hammer now.
He was hiding the arm in his peg leg.
Ah, a brethren spirit.
Oh, good morning, Shorty.
Jenkins hops up on a bar stool and does a handstand on it.
Thanks, you.
It seems Jenkins got the message as well.
Yes. So is disposed of his higher voice this time. Everyone needs to meet in the back, I guess.
Jenkins does like a backflip again.
Yeah. So the storage room is where everyone's meeting. It looks like.
Cool. Jenkins.
Everyone, you say?
Well, more recruits.
All right, I guess we head back.
All right, so you walk into the back, and this is where they this is like the stockroom essentially, and it's a pretty open space. It's probably about like 40 feet by 40 feet, and they've cleared out everything. It's nice and open space, and there's about 6 people back here. And once you go back there, both of you go back there, the door is shut. The door is locked from the outside. And there are 6 people, like I said, back here. People that you know from around town. One of them is a guard. So that...
Is it Jeff? Is it Jeff Bezos?
It is not Jeff Bezos. It's just some random guard from the castle, not wearing his armor, so like that, just in regular civilian clothes. And then there are, 2 dwarves that you know from the local thieves guilds around here, and they clear their throat. And they look you guys up and down, and they said, all right. So, obviously, you guys have caught word that there's someone new in town, a mover and shaker, that's trying to build things up. And they look around. got a couple questions to ask you guys. But first, only 3 of you are going to make it out of here. 3 of you aren't.
Tryouts.
Once we figure out which 3 of you are going to live, we'll move on and start the interview process.
What was that about your weapons, Josh?
Bam and bam.
I did technically say I left my weapons at the hideout.
It's a good thing you're a monk.
So, yeah, let's figure out which 3 of you guys get to sit down for an interview. And
This
that's
is more of a pre-interview.
yeah. So that's where we'll stop here. We'll pick up next week. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So thanks everyone for yeah.
Be sure to tune in for more Jenkins.
Yeah.
That lovable scamp.
Jenkins and friends. That's it for World Walkers Rhalanas. We will see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
We made it live.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Jenkins